Welcome to the Dick Show. I'm your host, CB, and we'll be talking sports, and some more sports. And America's favorite sport, and my personal favorite sport, is coming up quickly NFL. I live and breathe the NFL. So I'll be here to help you break down teams and hopefully break down Vegas. So let's start with some previews of some teams. This year's 2014 St. Louis Rams. Full disclosure, I'm a Rams fanatic. I have been for years. Greatest show on turf, greatest team ever. But Rams have been in a tailspin and are just starting to rebuild. Let's start off at the top. In Jeff Fisher, we trust. Jeff Fisher and Les Snead have put together a pretty talented team. Um, the RG3 trade is looking to have benefited the Rams more, and it's all done now, and we'll see how it pans out over the next few years. But looking forward to this season, there's a lot of weight on Sam Bradford's shoulders. This is a turning point year for his career. He has underperformed big time so far in his career. He has two huge faults. One is he doesn't see open receivers down the field. I'm a nerd and I watch coaches' film, and you see a lot of Rams receivers running down the field open that Bradford just flat doesn't see. His second big problem is he sees the receivers, but he's tentative to throw the ball in there. He has the arm, he's just gun shy, which leads to a lot of sacks and a lot of checkdowns. And in this league, you're not going to win that way. So what the Rams have to do is kind of what they did last year when Bradford got hurt, is they have to go into more conservative offense. And it works. Kind of almost like Seattle's offense. Run heavy. Don't ask the quarterback to do too much. Utilize the tight ends. We have two awesome tight ends. Lance Kendricks, he's a talented number two tight end, and Jared Cook. Jared Cook is almost, I'd say, as talented as Jimmy Graham. We just don't utilize him right. We're gonna have to learn how to feature him and get him the ball because he is a mismatch every time he's on the field. He's really big and really fast and has decent hands. Um, and then we're going to have to pound the rock. Our offensive line is a little suspect. We're not great in pass protection. So we're going to have to excel in run blocking. The rookie Greg Robinson at Auburn, shifting from tackle to left guard. I mean, the guy's a genetic freak. Hopefully he can maul some people and build his confidence as a run blocker. We've seen it work with Roger Saffold, another first-round pick. Actually, I don't know if he was a first-round pick, but another top-tier talent moving from right tackle to right guard. And he excelled. He excelled moving inside. Then the running backs. We have some talent in the backfield. Zach Stacy is he reminds me of Emmitt Smith. He's nothing flashy. He's not super fast. He's not big. He's not super strong. But he hits the hole. He hits it hard. And when he gets hit, he falls forward. You never see him get planted and fall backwards. He hits the hole and he gets those extra yards. Then we're going to have to supplement it in a couple running backs that we're not sure about yet. The big one being Benny Cunningham. He showed flashes last year and ran really hard when given the opportunity. I'd like to see him implemented into the offense a little bit more. And then the unknown factor, Trey Mason out of Auburn. He didn't pop on film in my mind, but he beat and broke every one of Bo Jackson's records at Auburn. So that says a lot. He's got that quick wiggle, and he's got that burst. He's a small guy, but he's going to have to perform this year. We're going to ask a lot of him, I'm sure. But with those three running backs, I think we can do some damage. Throw in the play action with Bradford and try to get the ball to the wideouts occasionally. We have Chris Givens, who's a speedster. He was another one, had a breakout year 2 years ago, and then an off year last year. But we do need to push the ball downfield. That is huge in this league. When you don't push the ball downfield in the air, safeties start to creep up, linebackers start to suck up, and then you're in trouble. You can't run the ball and you can't throw intermediate passes. So Chris Givens over the top is a necessity. And if you throw the ball downfield, 2 out of 3 things are usually positive. You can either have the wide receiver catch a big play and have a chunk play, or you can have the DB get nervous and cause pass interference. 2 chunk plays. Worst case scenario, you throw it up and you get it picked, and hopefully the guy gets tackled where he picks it. It's like a punt. So we're going to have to push the ball downfield. On the outside, we don't have extreme talent. Austin Pettis, decent possession wide receiver. Stedman Bailey, suspended for the first 4 games, but even when he comes back, hasn't proven anything and looks like more of an intermediate possession receiver. Tavon Austin, very quick. Hopefully will excel in the screen game and slot position, but last year didn't make a lot of people miss. And then the project, Kenny Britt. Fisher's guy, brought him in from Tennessee, but Britt has been a bust up until now in the NFL. But he does have size and a huge catch radius and should be good in the red zone. But we'll see. But if the Rams can play that controlled offense, run the ball, don't make big mistakes, play a little bit of field position, their defense is a top 5 talent defense. They have the best defensive line in the league, hands down. Robert Quinn is unblockable. As his sack totals showed last year, he is the league's top sack man. He is going to have hopefully another big year with the sack totals and the forced fumbles. He's unblockable. He's too fast. He's too quick. He's too strong. Teams are probably going to shift coverage towards him, blocking schemes towards him. So that's going to leave opportunity for Chris Long, who didn't have a great year last year, so he's going to have to step up a little bit. But his productivity over his career has been pretty solid so far. Chris Long, though, does need to break out and add some additional sacks to help Quinn. On the inside, I'm really excited. Michael Brockers is one of the most underrated and unknown defensive tackles in the game. This kid should have a breakout year and can dominate the D tackle position. Then pair him with what I'm calling the super freak, which is Aaron Donald, the rookie. Amazing that he slipped to the Rams in their second pick, and he looks like the next Warren Sapp. Undersized, but quick get off, and will cause problems for offensive lines across the league. Throw in Kendall Langford, a quality D tackle in the rotation, a good vet, good size, and then William Hayes as our third defensive end. This guy would start on most defenses in the league. That's a dominating D-line. And they're going to have to be dominating if the Rams want to go anywhere this year. Behind them is a linebacking core that, you love and hate. James Laurinaitis at middle linebacker. Solid, but makes mistakes still that kind of make you scratch your head. And still doesn't come up with enough big plays to get you excited about him being one of the top middle linebackers in the league. He's looking to make that jump. Then next to him will most likely be Alec Ogletree, second-year player at Georgia who showed flashes last year of playmaking ability, but at the same time made a lot of mistakes. And then Jolon Dunbar, good vet, undersized linebacker. Another one, it's hit or miss though. He'll make beautiful plays in the backfield, and then he'll swing and miss and give up a 20-yard run. So linebacking core, hopefully the D-line will help them and keep them clean so they can run around. But the real question mark for the Rams is in the secondary. They have one of the youngest secondaries in the league. Janoris Jenkins had an awesome rookie year for a breakout starter, and then in his last year, sophomore slump. So he's going to have to return to form. He does gamble a lot, but with those gambles, sometimes comes big plays for the Rams and for the other team. The opposite of him will be Tremaine Johnson. He's a big corner. He plays good press coverage. Hopefully Greg Williams will get this defense playing more aggressive, having more turnovers, because honestly the Rams got knifed up in the passing game last year. Tremaine Johnson's looking like he'll be a solid corner, but he's got to make some more plays. And then the safety position, who knows? TJ McDonald out of SC, he was injured half the year. He's got good size, showed a few flashes. And then Rodney McLeod. I'm high on Rodney McLeod. I think he could be a Pro Bowl safety, but we haven't seen enough yet to really show what he can do. But they're going to be asked to do a lot because teams are going to go after him. Then we're relying on two rookies to make a big impact in the secondary. LaMarcus Joyner, stud out of Florida State, he'll have the opportunity to be the starting nickel. He's going to be asked to do a lot, especially the way teams are featuring the slot receiver nowadays. And then Maurice Alexander. He might push for a starting safety position. The kid's got that much talent. But with rookies come mistakes. But this secondary is going to have to grow up super fast if the Rams want to do anything and have a successful season. Then the third part of every NFL team that kind of goes overlooked all the time is special teams. The Rams actually have the best special teams in the league, in my mind. They have the best young kicker in the league, Greg Zuerlein, a.k.a. Young Jeezy, a.k.a. Greg the Leg, a.k.a. Legatron. This kid can bomb 70-yard field goals. No joke. And he should consistently be able to bomb 50 to 60-yard field goals. That's how good and how talented his leg is. He has missed some field goals, some chip shots that make you question if he's really the truth. But with that type of weapon, that opens up the scoring when you can bomb 60-yard field goals and not worry about it. So he's going to have a big year. Johnny Hekker, one of our two Pro Bowlers from last year, quality punter, helps in field position, does not usually let teams get returns on us, and really changes the field with some bombs. Then the big special teams part that should help us score points is Tavon Austin on the punt return. He looks electrifying as a punt returner. He wasn't huge in the wide receiving game last year, and I don't know if he ever will be. But as a punt returner, he should be a Pro Bowler. He should be Devin Hester-esque. That good. He learned not to wiggle, not to dance, plant your foot and move. If it weren't for a few stupid penalties last year, he would have had some big numbers in the punt return. The Rams' schedule is brutal. They have an easy start, brutal middle, decent finish. I look for the Rams to be 9-7, playoff bound, possibly as good as 10-6, but that's a tough division. But realistically, looking for the Rams to be 9-7 and make some nice progress this year. That's my preview of the Rams so far. Look forward to future episodes where I'll be breaking down every NFL team. Thanks, and this is CB signing out.